The layout of a picture book is often underestimated, and in fact, it's a crucial part of making your book go from average to winner. For real, the layout has a lot of power. I'm going to show you behind the scenes into my own pagination process, hoping that you can grab some tips and apply it to yours when you break up your manuscript intentionally with hooks and building tension and resolving the end perfectly timed. As a child turns the pages of your picture book, the whole book feels different. Pagination is the term that writers use when they divide a manuscript up across pages and spreads. And I find pagination is typically used in the writing world, where storyboarding is where the visual planning takes place. And that's when we do the rough thumbnail sketches for the illustrations, and we create how the book unfolds and spreads across all the pages. Now, in my world, sometimes I call both processes pagination and storyboarding. I storyboard as a writer and I paginate as an illustrator, and I find the two mesh together in my world and sometimes here on my videos. But if we want to get really technical, pagination is the structural planning of text across spreads, and storyboarding is the visual thumbnail planning of the spreads. I'm going to show you behind the scenes into my own pagination process, hoping that you can grab some tips and apply it to yours. But first, I want to share with you a really simple tool that I have for this process that you can use by printing out or just putting onto your iPad as a PDF, even into the program Procreate. You can use this both as a writer and an illustrator to map out your whole book. You can write on it, draw on it, and I give little guides for the rules of thumb that I'm going to be talking about in a minute, where front matter, back matter, and for a narrative picture book, where all the world building and problem, conflict, and resolve usually lands in the pacing of a book. So you're going to be seeing me use this throughout the video. In case you're wondering what it is, find this in the links below. Oh yeah, one more quick thing. As I let you into my process and you're about to hear me talk, remember here in this particular video that I'm going to be talking about narrative style books. So those books that have a beginning, middle, and end, and a conflict and resolve, those kind of narrative books that I've created an entire fill in the blank template to help you get your ideas out and into story form. Check that out in the links. But if you're actually interested in paginating a concept book, like let's say an ABC book or a 1, 2, 3 book, that would be where you find my resource Concept Book Planning Challenge, where I give you pagination examples in this printable to show you how, for example, in this one, how a sample ABC book pacing would flow through a 32-page book. So as you listen to the rest of today's video, I'm actually talking more about the narrative style books, and you can apply what you learn here to concept books if you wish. Dividing the manuscript is a very essential building block to starting off your entire picture book. So this is the insight I really want to get across for dividing up your manuscript. If you are publishing a 32-page picture book, which is the picture book size and length that I typically publish, it isn't entirely for the story. Your front and back matter take up 4 to 6 pages. And so that leaves you with about 26 to 28 pages for the main content. And that means you need to divide up the manuscript accordingly. You need to divide up the manuscript into 26 to 28 different segments, not 32. And I do see that as being, a downfall that some beginners will do, is think, I have a 32-page picture book, I need 32 sections of text. I print my manuscript and I break it into sections. I actually print out a hard copy and I cut it up and break it into sections, matching each piece of text to a page or spread, and beginning to think and daydream on what illustrations might go well with that text. This is called pacing the story, and pacing the story is key. Here's how I divide my story. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have front matter and we have back matter. But in between that, Every story, every well-written story has a beginning, middle, and end. Your beginning is your world building, the scene setting, the character introduction. Your middle is where the conflict builds into a climax, and basically the problem is really huge in the middle of the book, and maybe solutions are started to be thought of. And then at the end of the book is where we resolve the story with a satisfying conclusion. So I work with a general rule of thumb of how I divide up the pacing of a picture book. I give 1/4 of the book pages to the beginning. I give 1/2 of the book pages to the middle, and 1/4 of the book pages to the end. But we need to bear in mind that in a 32-page picture book, there's going to be front matter and back matter that need to be subtracted from the pages. So you're left with about 26 to 28 pages, and you're going to have to account for where the front matter and back matter fall. So this for me means that around pages 5 to 10, I am doing the beginning world building of the book. From about pages 11 to 23, I'm developing the conflict and building the climax. From about pages 24 to 29, I'm resolving the story into the satisfying conclusion, and the world resolves and comes back to this glorious state. And I make my thumbnail sketches and my writing align with that basic rule of thumb. Now, there are always exceptions to every rule, but this is a basic formula that I can follow, and it helps me to stay really organized with the pacing of my book. For my thumbnail sketches, I use the 32-page template to sketch the simple thumbnails. I show you that in another video that I highly recommend, but these are rough ideas where the text and illustrations might go. This step helps me to balance the double page spreads, single page illustrations, and smaller moments like the vignettes, and get a feel for the flow of the overall book. So here's what I want you to take away. Remember that pacing isn't a fix later type of band-aid or project that you patch together your story, like figuring out where the words go. It's an intentional part of the process that really takes your book from average to winner. It changes everything of how your story flows. I hope from this video you see your manuscript and your story differently, and maybe you found some tools to help you out. Meanwhile, if you liked this video, give me the thumbs up, cheer me on here on YouTube by subscribing, sharing with a friend, leaving a comment. I'd love to hear what your takeaway is, or even what part of the process that you're in your picture book creation, because here on this channel, I'm building a community of picture book creators who are like-minded and wanting to get our ideas out into picture books, into the world, on the market. And so I hope that you found this helpful. Until next time, keep creating and refining your picture book. Bye for now.